Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Tommy Maroon Sports Show right here on WCTV, which I really hope you enjoy for this episode because we have an exciting one today. We have basketball. That's right, the NBA is back, and thank everything. Thank goodness, thank goshness, thank greatness for that, of course. Just some goofiness out there, but anyways, of course, we can't forget about NASCAR and the MLB, specifically Cleveland Indians, because there we go. Now a lot of great stuff right there. NASCAR first, because, well, that's pretty much how this has gone so far for me. Usually talk about NASCAR. And back on Sunday, they were racing at the Magic Mile. That's right, New Hampshire Speedway. Why is it called the Magic Mile? Well, simple, because it's 1.058 miles long. It's pretty much a hybrid of Martinsville and, races like Daytona, Talladega. First opened in the year of 1990. And the first NASCAR race at New Hampshire was in 1993. Jeff Burton has won that race 3 times. And yes, my friends, yes, it is in the legendary NASCAR Thunder 2004. I always have to refer to NASCAR Thunder 04 every time I have to talk about NASCAR. I know a lot of people have criticized NASCAR Heat 5 for being a copy and paste of last year's game. I mean, it's still not a shabby game. There was just no improvements at all, which is very unfortunate because we all know there will never be another Thunder 04 again. It's a Foxwood Resort Casino 301 right here. Why is it called 301? Well, you can tell on the top left corner screen, 301 lamps. So what's 301 times 1.058 as I check my calculator on my phone? Well, it's 318 miles. Kyle Busch left the race at the beginning. That was lap 15 when he got out. And it's just been a really tough luck season for Kyle Busch, hitting the wall right there. Poor Kyle Busch went from defending champion to having perhaps the worst luck out of all racers. By the way, 12,000 people right there, if you could tell. 12,000. And, of course, I've always said it works for NASCAR because those arenas and stadiums are so grand. You can easily fit or space 20,000, 30,000, heck, perhaps 50,000 as long as if the governors and mayors allow it to happen. But anyways, the news that you want to hear. Brad Keselowski won his third race of the season and won a lobster dinner. That's right, you win a lobster dinner if you win. Keselowski also took home stage number 2, and Denny Hamlin, who has won 5 races this season, won stage 1. Matt Kenseth was out of the race on lap 203. And meanwhile, Eric Almirola, the man who's been winning so many pole positions this year, ended up in 8th place. Almirola not doing that bad so far. So the upcoming schedule, NASCAR, of course, big schedule, crazy schedule because of the virus, postponing a lot of races, canceling some races. So they've had to double up, maybe triple up, perhaps, I don't know about this, but perhaps quadruple up, which means that about 1/9 of the season is at one race. Crazy, I know. But there will be a Michigan doubleheader this weekend, just like what we saw in Pocono a few weeks ago. The Go Bowling race, which is usually at Watkins Glen, but due to the virus and New York really getting hampered by the virus, it's been canceled there. It will go to Daytona. That's right, there's a Daytona infield course that will be used. And it'll be 235 miles, I believe. 6 races are left in the regular season. Playoffs start in September. And perhaps more fans will be allowed to watch the races as the season moves along. And hopefully that'll happen. Of course, we know that we don't know when this will end, but hopefully it'll get better soon. And maybe they'll have a full crowd for the last race, which is in Phoenix, Arizona, the Phoenix Raceway, or Speedway, or whatever it is, instead of Homestead this year. But anyway, it's time to look at the Cleveland Indians. The team leaders, this was heading into August 4th. Jose Ramirez with a .300 batting average. Lindor has 3 bombs, 8 RBIs. Shane Bieber, who has been the man, by the way, 3 wins this season. and he has over 30 strikeouts. Let me check my phone for a quick second. MLB.com app at it. By the way, Brett Hand has 3 saves so far this season, which is definitely crazy. He has 35 strikeouts. Because if you look right here, I don't know if you could tell, but Shane Bieber right up top of the leaderboard with 35 strikeouts. Shane Bieber is the man, to say the least. So it's time we got some recaps in a few series, like when we played the Twins and got our tails kicked to the Twins, losing 3-1. When Dorr had a 2-run shot, which proved to be the only runs of the game in the first game, Shane Bieber did what Shane Bieber does best. And Alex Avila had a home run game 2 for the Twins. Miguel Sano, Twins slugger, 2 home runs in game 3. And Mitch Garver had a home run in game 4. And we only had 2 hits each during the last 2 games. You talk about no hitting. The Indians' bats have been AWOL. Luckily, the pitching has been there. Luckily, the pitching has been doing a great job all season long. Hopefully, they can continue it. But anyways, the Indians playing the Reds. The Reds won the first game thanks to a 2-run bomb by Joey Votto in game 1, coming back in 3-2 game because the Indians' bats aren't showing up. What is going on? I don't know. But anyways, the next game, the Reds were up 2-0, and then the Indians struck with an RBI infield single thanks to Cesar Hernandez really running. And then Jose Ramirez, I believe, had a bases-loaded walk, which ultimately tied up the game. And then Franmil Reyes with a 2-run bomb that went into center. And the Indians won at 4-2 thanks to 7.2 innings out of the man, Shane Bieber. Remember at the beginning of the season, I said Shane Bieber was going to win Cy Young, and guess what? He definitely looks like he's not going to win Cy Young. He's going to win MVP, perhaps. And meanwhile, on the third game, Mike Clevenger took over. Mike Clevenger allowed yummy donuts. That's right, zeros on the scoreboard. We've 6 shutout innings, a 2-0 victory. Brad Hand got the save. So things may be looking good for the Indians, at least on pitching side. For the MLB, you could say otherwise, unfortunately. RIP MLB season, perhaps. Positive COVID cases have been increasing. A little meme I did there as a little joke. Marlins missed 1 whole week of baseball due to COVID tests. And luckily, they're back. Cardinals and Brewers series got canceled after the Cardinals tested positive for COVID, including future Hall of Fame catcher Yadier Molina. Lorenzo Cain of the Brewers decided to opt out due to this. And as we all know, Toronto is definitely scrambling right now. Looking at canceled games. Yep, the Cardinals-Tigers series has been postponed as well. And there was going to be a Field of Dreams game right in Iowa, very close to the Field of Dreams from the great movie, which I highly encourage you to watch. The series against the White Sox and Cardinals have been canceled. Yoenis Cespedes literally in the middle of the day packs his bags and tells New York, I'm out of here. And he left. He is no longer playing this year. The schedules have just been so wacky. It's just not working. And remember, folks, there could have been a bubble. I'm just saying. I mean, they could. Here's what you do. I mean, you play your division. You play one division in the opposing circuit. Like, for instance, if you're in the American League Central, you play the National League Central, AL West, NL West, AL East, NL East. So what they could have done is put everyone in 1 or 2 stadiums, 2 stadiums, I'd say, 2 stadiums, and maybe one. Let's see, because if there's 10 games, yeah, 2 stadiums would work for each. Put 2 stadiums for East, 2 for Central, 2 for West. Instead, they couldn't have done that. The NHL has 2 stadiums for a bubble. Guess how many people tested positive for COVID there? 0. Nobody has tested positive there. And guess what? The NBA, they, of course, have had a bubble in Orlando, Disney World. And guess how many people have had COVID there? 0. They just did test. 0. Bubbles work. Just free roaming doesn't work. For the NFL, Roger Goodell, if you're watching this, which I highly doubt, but if you are, please make a bubble. Do not make them go freely. Because look at what's been going on in the MLB. Such terrible leadership. Hastily made 60-game season. Hastily made 18 postseason. Hastily made 7-inning doubleheader. Hastily made extra innings. Guy at second to start. I mean, I know a lot of minor leagues have been doing that, both 7 innings, doubleheaders, and automatic run at second. But still, it felt like the season was made way too quick. NHL and NBA were able to slowly plan it out. And what's been the result? The NBA is back. That's right. Time transition to the NBA being back. Of course, players are in a bubble. No COVID whatsoever. There are some practice arenas right there. Fans can join the game and cheer for their team in a virtual crowd, including rapper Lil Wayne, who was rooting for his fellow Lakers, and a team that he definitely enjoys. Even high-fived a virtual fan. New camera angles have been introduced, and the NBA has been thinking about the fans. They've been dedicating this to the fans, and the NBA has just been going well. I know there have been some people who have criticized the NBA for being a little too political or having social justice messages. Like, for instance, you could see in the NBA, you could see that Black Lives Matter is on the court, and rather than, their last names on the backs of their jerseys, it is a message. But you know what are my thoughts on that? Who cares? Basketball is back. This is something I've been waiting for. This has been something a lot of people have been waiting for. Political beliefs can just go aside for a second, and can we all rejoice that basketball is back? Because basketball is back. Unfortunately, no Cavs, but hey, it's back. And why should I be complaining? I'm just waiting for December when the Cavs come back. I know we're going to do good, hopefully, definitely rebuilding, but we have to talk about the restart. And some big games going on right there, including the first game in which the Lakers beat the Clippers 103-101 thanks to a game-winning shot by LeBron in the game. And then meanwhile, Houston beat Dallas 153-149 in overtime. Think that's crazy? Toronto took down Portland took down Memphis 140-135, and Toronto beat the Lakers 107-92. What? Yeah, the Lakers struggled to score. Even LeBron admitted it. Even LeBron said, he said that it's not working. The team, the Toronto Raptors are really good, and it wasn't just Kawhi last year, because remember, Kawhi's with the Clippers, the Clippers team that's playing on your screen. Orlando beat Sacramento by a score of 132-116. Philly beat San Antonio 132-130. The Nets upset Milwaukee 119-116. And you think that's crazy? Let's go with more upsets. Phoenix upset the Clippers. That game right there, 117-115, thanks to a Devin Booker buzzer beater. And the last second, shoots, falls down, makes it, and everyone's happy. And meanwhile, we'll get some scores on my phone. Yesterday, the Denver Nuggets took home 132 points while the Spurs had 126. And the Lakers only had 86 points last night. Let me repeat that. 86 points against the OKC Thunder. And Boston put up 149 points, while the Nets only had 115. And I say only 115, which is absolutely insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Boston Celtics is what it looks like. Yeah, 7 Celtics had double-digit figures. We'll watch this buzzer beater if it can come soon. Anyways, there's Kawhi Leonard right there. But yeah, it's just a lot of crazy stuff going on in the NBA. It's always so much fun to watch for so many good reasons. But anyways, this is what happens. A good tip, and then Devin Booker right here. Watch Devin Booker. There's 5 seconds left. He drives in pressure, fade away, falls down, nothing but net. Phoenix wins. And by the way, if you looked at the Suns' profile pic on Twitter, it's literally Booker on the ground after that shot. But anyways, we need to look at some big performances, and you cannot talk about big performances without talking about T.J. Warren, who has been incredible so far. 53 points against Philadelphia right there. And he also had 32 against Orlando. The man has been insane all bubble long. I know it's been only a few days, but still. And Rudy Gobert, remember the guy who tested positive and kind of made stuff shut down in the NBA? He made the game-winning free throws in the first game back and scored the first 2 points in the NBA restart too. Very ironic. Giannis had 36 in a 119-112 win over Boston for the Milwaukee Bucks. But I think you all know Giannis is the face of the Bucks. And James Harden had 49 points in that shootout game against the Mavs that went to overtime. Luka Doncic, 40 points when they played Phoenix. However, the Mavs didn't win. They lost 117-115. Kind of a shame that Luka is a great basketball player, often getting triple-doubles. And if he's not getting triple-double, he's mighty close to a triple-double. But they are definitely hanging in, barely hanging in the playoffs so far. And Fred VanVleet put up a career-high 36 points for Toronto in their 107-103 victory against the big old Miami Heat. Miami, of course, a great team at home, but once again, no crowds. It's neutral, so definitely a lot of fun, the NBA. Great to have them back. Great to have sports back. NHL is back. I mean, I know we don't talk that much hockey because, of course, not really a big fan. Don't really like how the league is run. But I have to admit one thing. They have done a good job with the bubble, following in the footsteps of the NBA. So that's it. That's pretty much all I have left for the Tommy Maroon Sports Show right here on WCTV. So, of course, next week will be more of the same. And then 2 weeks from now, I will be looking at a preview for the high school football season. Now, North Royalton of the Suburban League National Conference has elected not to play. Brecksville was canceling, but due to complaints, I believe they're coming back. We don't know what's happening, of course, in case you didn't see. But yesterday, I made a video of the football team practicing, just having a lot of fun right there, just taking breaks and just a lot of great stuff. So if you want a season, put on a mask. Put on a mask and keep 6 feet away. Remember, folks, I want a season. Hashtag I want a season. Wear a mask so kids can play, so I can announce, so I can be a marching band, so I can root on my friends, so we can all be happy. Whether or not this will be in a big crowd or not, I don't know. But until then, wear a mask so we can have a season. If we do this, we can have this, a season. So please, be smart, be safe, and wear a mask and save lives. So that's it. Goodbye.